So, on YouTube, I've been getting a lot of these, is gaming boring now? Why is game boring now? All that type of stuff in my feed. And I think maybe if I put my mind out there on it, you know, my non-existent opinion, maybe then all of those posts will leave me alone, so I don't have to see them in my feed anymore because I've watched quite a few of them. And it's a mix of opinions out there between you know, maybe you've outgrown gaming, or maybe it's the gaming industry currently going downhill, which I mean, arguable about that one. At least with the bigger companies out there. A lot of the smaller games and smaller companies seem to be putting out some pretty decent games from what I've seen, at least on like the Steam store. So who knows? But also, a trend that you see between a lot of these players is a lot of the people that talk about the whole "is gaming boring now" or "gaming is boring now" is they're FPS players. A large portion of them are, not all of them, but a decent chunk of what I've seen are. And I do understand that quite a bit. I played Siege for like 4 to 5 years. I played Valorant for another 4 to 5 years. Um, Games, it's not necessarily an FPS, but like The Division, War Thunder, a lot of these competitive combat games, essentially. And they do get boring. You know, Overwatch, uh, Apex, Call of Duty. If you play the same game with the same formula long enough, it does get boring. Even if you mix up the whole, like, not even genre, just the game. If it's an FPS, if you play the same type of game long enough, it gets boring. Like, you get burnt out on the game itself. It's hard to think that something that is supposed to be entertaining or for entertainment can give you burnout, I guess. But I definitely felt that burnout for quite some time, especially recently, up until like this last year. But then I started playing other games, and I realized it's not the games that are, technically it is the games that are the issue, but not gaming as a whole. Um, FPS games, even with friends, they have a competitive nature to them, and that can make them pretty stressful, I guess, in a way. Um, Especially if you're trying to be a casual player. As of late, it seems like a lot of people are really sweating the games just as much as they can. Um, but then the whole group just kind of curved away from FPS games, besides occasionally like getting on Overwatch or maybe an occasional game of Valorant, and that's even if the game will work. But we've curved off more into different genres of games. Like, yeah, there may be guns involved or some form of competitive nature, but it's not at the level of, you know, large online populations that are extremely, like, high-level competitive, where there's almost no fun involved in the game. Like, yeah, you win and it's fun, but also people can lose their shit if they don't win, or if the game doesn't seem to be going their way. And enough games like that, and you start to lose the whole enjoyment of the game. I guess it's just a really long-winded way to say, like, if you're getting bored of games, maybe it's not necessarily gaming as a whole. Maybe it's just the genre that you're playing. Like, try to switch it up every now and then. Find something that you can enjoy that's relaxing, at your own pace, occasionally with friends, maybe. The whole group basically switched out to the forest, Minecraft. We might bring Terraria back into the mix, Stardew Valley, even Roblox, just because Roblox has such a large variety of games on it. And then me personally, I also have other games I throw in the mix, like Wizard 101, Pirate 101. Those are games I can just relax and play, half paying attention, basically. I have Elder Scrolls still installed. Geometry Dash, My Singing Monsters. Bunch of survival games mostly, which can be frustrating sometimes, but also not frustrating and stressful in the sense that a competitive shooter is. I guess it's just, if you think you're getting bored of gaming, but you want to continue to game, you want to continue to have the energy of gaming, like, try a different genre, maybe. Maybe don't move on to the next AAA game that's supposed to be great and amazing that you know will probably honestly be pretty bad, and you're gonna complain about it for 3 months and then move on to the next one, right? Maybe look for indie games, try different genres. Survival games are pretty easy to get into, depending on which one it is. Some of them can be pretty hard. Um, there's like bullet hells. There's a few of those that I've played, like Enter the Gungeon. Those are fun. Farming games, something more relaxing, and you'll probably be all the better for it. And if you don't want to completely pitch away from FPS games, then don't. Just keep it in a rotation. If you end up playing the same thing for too long, you're gonna be burnt out on it, even if it is something like a video game that's meant for entertainment. You can get burnt out on that. So, yeah.